Hi friends, welcome to today's video. First and foremost, thank you so much for all of the support during the past couple of weeks. It has helped a lot, it means a lot to me. To the new subscribers, welcome, I'm very happy to have you. And today I'm going to be doing a couple of things. I am testing out this Winsor Newton Gouache, designer's wash set that I got last year. I have been sitting there for a while. I'm just not big into wash. I like inks and stuff, but I do want to play more with it. And also I have this particular palette from Mingello that I bought specifically as a mixing palette for the the most expensive wash. And also I'm testing out this what is this called, masking fluid pen, and I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I was not too happy with it. If you use it before applying any color or paint on the paper, then it works fine, it's easy to remove. But once you have layers of paint, if you go over with the this masking fluid, it turns a little bit tricky to remove. So there's that. Maybe I don't know how to use it properly. I'm used to, the usual, the one when you apply with brush, the Winsor Newton, masking fluid type of thing. So putting that aside, I didn't like that masking fluid pen. So, and I am removing that with with an eraser, and that's probably not the best way to go about it. That's just how I do it. I don't know. This is the concept, like a little concept painting on my sketchbook. It's not really something serious or anything, so there's that. Something else that we can just get out of the way is that these paints are beautiful. I am very happy with the way they perform. I am no expert in gouache. I take a very intuitive approach to our art mediums in general. That is actually what we're going to be talking about. But yeah, they're beautiful, very easy to blend, very creamy, opaque when needed, excellent pigment quality. I could go on and on. They're wonderful. I recommend them. They're pricey, but these ones, for example, I bought them with a 60% off coupon. When you give your emails, when you get the email program with Michaels, sometimes they send you like big coupons, like 55% off or 60% off, and that's how I got this gouache set. What else? The palette, I loved it. Once you close it off, it still breathes, so you can keep it closed and your paint would actually dry inside. So that was the one aspect about the palette that I liked. It is a little bit pricey as well, but that one I was keeping my eye on it for a while. I don't remember if it was Amazon or email or eBay or what, but at some point it was on discounts, and that's when I went ahead and I grabbed it, and I do recommend it. It's very sturdy and overall a good investment. Now, what am I painting here? Okay, well, they're supposed to be carnivorous plants, Venus Flytraps and others. At first, my husband was like, what is that, like kidney plants? He cracked me up. They do look like kidneys, but they're carnivorous plants. I just went through this phase a few days ago. I just wanted to learn about them, and I read a few things, and I watched a few things, and it inspired me to paint some carnivorous kidney plants. But I didn't want to take or do like a proper study, a realistic approach. I wanted to take a more intuitive approach, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. Picasso said that you should learn the rules like a pro so that you can break them like an artist. And to me, intuitive painting has a lot to do with that. It's like that middle ground between the more spiritual aspect of painting and the technicalities that come along with that creative process. I don't appreciate when the people or society when they box things. You know, this should be white or black. There's no gray. Well, guess what? There is gray. So that's more or less how I perceive the intuitive approach in art. I think it is essential to have at least a basic understanding of certain techniques and concepts, because otherwise at some point it's going to be impossible for you to be able to represent something that you may want to be able to draw, or a certain mood that you want to present by using certain colors. And at the same time, I believe that we all as creative people deserve the option to have a space where we don't feel restrained, where we can just be free and let our instincts guide the brush strokes, and be brave and break the rules. And I strongly believe that it can be a powerful tool to define your personal style as an artist. I posted a video a couple days ago where I was talking about experimenting. I think an intuitive approach goes hand in hand with that. It's it can be called experimental approach, if you will. But I find it's one of the most effective ways to get out of what a lot of people refer to as artist block. I like calling it creative block, just to be more inclusive, you know. Taking an intuitive approach is very, in my personal experience, it's a very effective way to get out of that sense of restraint within yourself. When you feel that you're not good enough, you're never gonna make it, you shouldn't be wasting your time doing this. You know, all those crazy thoughts that we are creative people have sometimes. With the years, I realized, and this is on the creative block subject, I realized that one of the things that block our ability to produce art, to be created, is that oftentimes we confuse the term perfection with precision. And then there's one of those two that doesn't exist. You can try to be precise, but you will never be perfect. Never. Never. Took me a few years to realize that. So if you don't believe me, just wait and see. Come back to me in a few years. But yeah, I think that's one of the, at least it was for me. I used to, well, I've been on and off with painting. It was the last time I stopped doing it. I stopped for years, and I think it had to do with me. I was convinced that I was never going to be able to make art because I was just not perfect. And then it hit me. Art is not about perfection. So I think freedom of expression is something I deeply, deeply respect. Art is one of the most sacred elements in my life. I have taken many years to appreciate it and study it, and I deeply admire great masters of realism and so forth, and I deeply admire those who are capable of producing such beautiful work in modern times. But I also respect deeply those who are daring, those who like to break the rules, those who not interested in using concepts or represent the reality, but are more daring. I'm not sure where I fit in the middle of all that. I don't even consider myself a professional artist. I don't even think there's such a thing. But I could say that to me, like, my comfort zone goes hand in hand with the intuitive approach. Of course, we are constantly growing as humans, as creative people, as artists. We're constantly evolving. And for example, not until too long ago, all I wanted to paint and draw was just this weird geometrical patterns that I had stuck in my mind, and that was all I painted and draw for the longest time. And I always incorporated that intuitive element, that experimental element to it, because it made me feel safe in a way, comfortable. It made me feel that I was creating something unique. You know, I was breaking a couple of rules, and that was exciting to me. But now lately, I have been trying to incorporate other elements, and I'm back to basics, back to like nature studies and anatomy studies and things like that. And I'm actually enjoying it because I try to bring that freedom of choice, the freedom of choice that I have as a creative person to take the whichever approach I want. I hope that's making sense. There is also a meditation aspect to the intuitive painting approach that's very important to me. For example, while I was painting these, well, yeah, obviously I was trying to remember on the back of my head the details of the plants, because I just did them by memory. I wasn't looking at a reference photo. So yeah, I was thinking about that. But I also, for some reason, I remember this movie that I saw many years ago. It's a movie from the 90s, and it's about bugs. It's a French movie. I think it's from 1996, and it's called Microcosmos. And I'm gonna leave the trailer down below. I was just thinking about that movie for some reason. It is beautiful, by the way. I recommend it. If you feel inspired by nature, and you need that sense of reconnection with nature, I suggest you watch it. It's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, there is also the meditation aspect to it. At the end, I mean, I did not create a masterpiece, but I was happy with it. It made me happy to look at it. It was time well spent to me. And most importantly, and this is the essence of intuitive painting, I felt free. I didn't feel restrained at any point while I was drawing or painting this little mess here. So, I hope you found this topic interesting. Maybe I was just rambling about senseless stuff. I don't know. I'm just one random person in the universe trying to inspire others to, be creative, have fun with it. At the end, if you want me to be 100% honest with you, I don't believe in rules when it comes to art. I think that's what I try to convince myself not to believe, but at the end, that's what I believe. I don't believe in rules. Just do whatever the heck you want. Be happy. And I don't feel that there is an actual definition of what intuitive painting is, because it's up to each person to do whatever they want, you know. I sure hope there's no definition. I didn't look it up, but yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.